some brands stand out or differentiate by creating a new category.
Okay.
What do you think about creating a new category?
Let's get into that. That's one of my favorite things to fucking rant about and complain about.
Go ahead.
It's one of the things I hate the most. Where do I start? So categories are not something that you can aim to declare, that you create. It reminds me of this Office, the Office scene where Michael Scott says, I declare bankruptcy, right? And he's just thinking that by declaring bankruptcy, that's it, his problem is going to go away. You can't just go and say, I declare a new category and this is it, everyone will listen. Categories are not something that is created in a fucking lab. Categories are things that evolve through time because it's language. So that's the way people think. We used to call cars horseless carriages because they used to be horses, and then it's horseless carriages, and then it was carriage, and then car. Like, you don't get to create category. You have to forget. You don't, as we said from the very start, marketing is just it's meaningless. It doesn't really, right? We're not changing the world, and therefore, don't think of yourself as God. Mm-hmm. You're not God. You can't create something out of thin air. You need to lean on what exists. Now, that's the first argument. The second argument is most people who say they've created a category are only niching down. Sorry, I can see you're laughing because I'm getting animated. They're niching down. They're basically leaning on a category that exists and just specializing in a subgroup of that. So there's subcategory or subcategory or subcategory. That's not creating a new category. That's just, you're just doing what we're describing to be unique positioning. You're just finding struggles that others are not doing well, and so you're doing that by a subcategory. So it just boils my blood because it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And one last argument: if you look at examples that everyone mentions, like Drift and their conversational fucking marketing, I think it was, they've actually stopped doing it because it wasn't working. They poured millions, hundreds of millions into that to try to create that category, and it never took off, ever. Mm-hmm. So it's much easier to just let go of that ego and think of yourself as someone who's channeling what is there and trying to sway people slightly into the other direction, leaning on what exists, and stop trying to be fucking God.